Hello and welcome to Sports Today. I'm Gargi Raut. While you were catching on to some important sleep, a lot happened in the world of sports. To begin with, Ravi Jadeja has reacted to the arrogance comments by Kapil Dev. In a recent interview, legendary Indian cricketer and former India captain Kapil Dev opined that the current bunch of Indian cricketers seem to have become arrogant because they happen to earn a lot of money, and that they seem to know that they think they know everything. Ravi Jadeja, who briefed the press before the third ODI, was asked about Kapil Dev's comment, to which he replied sternly and backed his teammates. Jadeja said that none of the players are taking their place in the team for granted and that everybody is enjoying their game and working hard. He said that whenever players are getting chances, they are giving their 100% and trying to win games for India, and that Kapil Dev is entitled to his own opinion, of course. Jadeja even went on to say that such statements only crop up when India loses a game and that nobody in the team is as arrogant as Kapil Dev thinks, and that there is no personal agenda. England players allegedly rejected Australian team's proposal to them having a couple of drinks together. The Ashes ended with the urn going back to Australia. The series was filled with incredible cricketing action and drama and never-ending controversies, and to top it all off, there seems to be bad blood between the players of the two sides. Remember when Brendan McCullum said that at the end of the series he couldn't see the English side sharing drinks with the Australian team? Well, something of that sort happened. Allegedly, the Aussies at the end of the match were waiting for the English side to come and meet them for an informal gathering, but the English team declined the invitation and the Australian team went on with their gathering without the English team. Although it was later cleared up that the English camp's post-match presentation was extended because of the extra retirees and that they were actually keen on drinking with the Aussies and surprised that the visitors left early, adding to a list of misunderstandings to an already controversial Ashes season. Moeen Ali, after his retirement, has spoken out about Ben Stokes' message. Moeen Ali very diligently reversed his retirement just to feature in the Ashes for England at the convincing of skipper Ben Stokes. And for very good reasons. Moeen Ali was one of the pick of the bowlers as he performed brilliantly with the ball, completing 200 test wickets in his career. At the end of the series, Moeen Ali once again drew the curtains on his career for one final time. Ben Stokes before this Ashes season had messaged Moeen and convinced him to unretire. In the press conference, while bidding his farewell in a hilarious moment, Moeen Ali said that if Ben Stokes messages him one more time, he'll delete the message. He said that he's done and that he has really enjoyed his time in the Ashes. Although the urn returned to Australia, injury worries are coming to the Australian camp. During the final Ashes test at the Oval, Pat Cummins injured his left wrist, which could be seen heavily strapped throughout the rest of the match. Although the injury did not cause any discomfort to Cummins while bowling, the skipper was in pain and had visible difficulty while batting. Cummins injured himself while batting when he dove to save himself from a run-out, but instead landed on his left wrist. Cummins will now have at least 3 weeks off and perhaps longer if he is not included for the T20Is against South Africa. He will also be assessed thoroughly in the next few weeks to understand the extent of the injury, causing some notable worry to the Australian side. There is an update for the Rasmus Holland Manchester United deal. According to The Athletic, after a whopping €72 million deal, Rasmus Holland will travel to Manchester on Tuesday for his medical. Manchester United have an agreement in place with Atlanta to sign the 20-year-old who is expected to lead the line for Man U next season. Holland will cost Manchester United €75 million plus €10 million in performance-related add-ons. Fans are excited that Erik ten Hag has a centre forward for the new season and doesn't have to rely on Anthony Martial anymore, who is just returning from an injury. Who is going to replace George Russell for the Mexican Grand Prix? George Russell is all set to miss the first season of the Mexican Grand Prix later this year after Mercedes announced that Russell will be replaced by one of Mercedes' budding drivers. Russell has had a frustrating season so far with just one podium finish from his opening 12 races. This is also the first time George Russell won't be in the Mercedes car since his arrival at the team 18 months ago. According to reports and rumors, Mercedes will hand Frederick Westy the steering wheel for the free practice session in Mexico Grand Prix in October as part of F1's Young Driver program, with Westy racing alongside Hamilton. That is it for this edition of the Morning Wrap. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Sports Today, tap the bell icon and download the Sportstak app.